Okay, so we're going to do another example where we're graphing a relation. Here's the equation right there, y equals the absolute value of x. Now, some of you have had more algebra. You might be saying, why does she keep saying relation and not function? Well, we'll talk more about the difference between relations and functions later, but relation is more of a general term. Okay, so we have y equals the absolute value of x. We're going to make a table of values. Didn't switch. Okay. We're going to make a table of values, x and y. They tell us again to start with integers using -3 to 3. Okay. Okay, and all we're going to do is plug in those x values into the equation we have. So y equals the absolute value of -3, which is 3. And then y equals the absolute value of -2, which is 2. Y equals the absolute value of -1, which is 1. Y equals the absolute value of 0, which is 0. So I don't know that I need to keep writing these out, but y equals the absolute value of 1, which is 1. Y equals the absolute value of 2, which is 2. And y equals the absolute value of 3, which is 3. So you had to know what absolute value meant to get these calculations done, but we're just taking the absolute value of each of those numbers. Okay, well now we get to graph them. So these are all ordered pairs. So I'm going to go -3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go -2, 2. And I'm going to go -1, 1. And I'm going to go 0, 0, which is the origin, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. All right, those are all the ordered pairs. Now, this does look a little different than the last graph we had. The last graph we had was a parabola, and this is not. So you get this U-shaped, or not U, sorry, just strike that. You get this V shape. So absolute value, an absolute value equation, when you have an absolute value in the relation, you're going to get a V shape. Could be upside down, but those are straight lines. When you have like a quadratic, which we haven't really talked about those a lot. We did a little bit, I guess, in the preliminary chapter. But when you have x squared, you're going to get a parabola shape, like, not like that. Not like that. More of a U shape. It kind of depends on what's surrounding the x squared, you know, the different values and stuff, but you get a U shape. Now, if you're like, well, why is one a V and one's a U? If you think about taking the absolute value of -1/2, you get 1/2, right? Okay, but if you think about squaring 1/2, or, you know, -1/2, you get 1/4. And that's why you get a U shape over here, but you get a V shape over here. You could study that a little bit more on your own if you wanted to. But the picture of the relation is right there. It's that V shape. And mine's not even drawn super great, but just, I'm not always good at drawing. Just do your best. And we'll go over some of the basic functions later on in another section.